I have read 27 contemporary romances this year, and these are my top 5. The only 5 that I rated 5 stars, the ones that gave me all the feels, the ones that I felt were actually romantic, and the ones I would do anything to read again for the first time. This first one was honestly one I expected to be a 5-star, and within about 10 pages, I knew immediately this was going to be an all-time favorite. I am of course talking about Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. We're following Brianna and Jacob. They both work in a hospital. There is a beautiful storyline that kind of unfolds through letters, but the dynamic between these two, even when they didn't like each other, I found to be so extremely believable. I didn't find the dialogue to be cringy. Such a tender-hearted and beautiful romance. I'd recommend reading all 3 books in this series. This is one of my favorites. Going from an expected 5-star now to a complete surprise for me, and that is One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. I actually went into this book with very low expectations. The only other Carly Fortune book that I read is Every Summer After, and that was about a 2-star book for me. There was something that happened in that I really did not like, and interestingly, we're kind of following those same characters, and that dynamic gets brought up again in this book. But despite that, again, I just thought this was the most beautifully done summer romance. I love the way that Carly Fortune writes her characters, and particularly in this book, I think she did a really good job in making the reader have a crush on the male main character. That seems to be all I hear about this book, and I couldn't agree more. When you come to think about reading a summery romance next year, please consider this one to pick up. Now let's do a shift seasonally into the autumn, because I read 2 autumnal romances this year, which just did it for me. They were the full package, in my opinion. The first one is Completely Closed Door, and that is Drawn Together by Juliana Smith. I love books that are set in New York City, and this one is set in New York City in the autumn. It is pitched as a kind of You've Got Mail style story, which I can totally see. One of my favorite things about this book is that at the end of each chapter, you get this little snippet from our male main character's point of view, and it truly is the cherry on top to everything that has just gone on in that chapter. Just seeing that one little window into his world and into his mind really makes all the difference and will have you giggling and kicking your feet. The next book is one that did go viral this autumn, but again, I can completely see why. That is If It Makes You Happy by Julie Olivia. Just the sweetest, slow burn, small town romance. This one is also actually romantic. There is literally no lust involved, which honestly I really appreciate in today's romance landscape. And Julie Olivia did an excellent job of building up emotional tension throughout about 500 pages, because this book is long. This one again is one that took me completely by surprise, and I almost want to say it's my top romance of the year, which is kind of wild, but the amount of times that I still think about this even now, and that is Beg, Borrow or Steal by Sarah Adams. Now this is the 3rd book in an interconnected standalone series. You can read them out of order, and each book we're following a different sibling. And Emily is the eldest daughter in this sibling group, and I think that's why I related to her as much as I did. And in terms of our male main character, Jack, I just really loved how he treated Emily. He was extremely intelligent, extremely kind, extremely self-aware, just green flag after green flag after green flag. But I just absolutely adored this book, and I cannot wait for the 4th and final book to be releasing at the end of this month.